obscene judgment. I mean, this number was pulled out of nowhere. When you drill down on the order, there's really nothing there. I mean, the court basically makes a series of assumptions, in my view, speculations about how much he might have saved. But there were no victims here. There wasn't a single penny that was lost by anyone. The banks involved testified that they wanted more business from Trump. So to come up with this astronomical figure really shocks the conscience. Now, on appeal, he's going to have trouble with this New York law. It is unique. It doesn't require victims. It doesn't require losses. But they still have to justify the amount. Right. And that could go all the way to the Supreme Court.
Former President Donald Trump just posted this insane $175 million bond in the New York civil fraud case. Letitia James can't seize Trump's assets now. This person who literally campaigned to get Trump. Really, it's not like there's no crime. In New York, it's not like you couldn't be going and figuring out the illegal migrant crisis, putting illegals into hotels, luxury hotels, instead of taking care of your homeless. Trump has literally been a huge contributor to New York for years. And that's where you want to put your focus on, is a person who has literally contributed to the city. It's disgusting that people operate like this within the law and try to weaponize the law for their own personal agenda. This is how people in New York are feeling about Letitia James.
New York Attorney General Letitia James getting booed today in New York City. Her lawsuit led to former President Trump's fine of more than well over $350 million at this point in the civil fraud trial. He is appealing, and he says he did nothing wrong. Watch what happened when James spoke at the fire department promotion ceremony today at a church in Brooklyn.
Oh, come on, we're in a house of God. First, simmer down. I want to thank Commissioner Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition.
Not only did Trump follow the rule of law on this and posted the bond money, Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, confirmed, as promised, President Trump has posted bond. He looks forward to vindicating his rights on appeal and overturning this unjust verdict. Letitia James originally sued Trump, alleging that he had manipulated the value of his assets to secure favorable loan terms and lower insurance premiums. New York Judge Arthur Engoron found in summary judgment before trial that Trump could be held liable for fraud. He eventually imposed this insane $355 million in bond in penalties, as well as roughly $100 million in interest. Are you kidding me that they would do this to a person? This has never been done to anybody before in the history of this country. This is ridiculous because they knew not only was it extremely hard to get the cash. I mean, every single rich person does not hold that much cash on hand. That would be ignorant and just plain stupid. There's usually holding it in safe places like treasury notes or United States bonds. And to top it off, you have to find a company that will actually take the bond. That was the hardest part for Trump, not getting the cash. He could get the cash. It was trying to find somebody who could do the bond.
To the courtroom.
Well,
it's so obvious and pathetic.
Yeah, I mean, right. When you're in a trial, you've got to be there. So he can't be on the campaign trail. It's a very important point that you make. What about Letitia James and her stepped-up activity? How are you handling that?
So Miss James has, in my mind, always been a bit of a fame-hungry human being that has put her politics, again, in front of the interests of the New York state, like she should be. She decided after a trial where we had experts say that statements were undervalued, where we had experts who were on the Nobel Executive Committee reference team tell the judge that he did nothing wrong, that his statements actually gave too much information, and there were no victims. And Deutsche Bank said, hey, we loved working with Trump. He actually paid his loans off early in many instances, if not on time. We all made money, and he over-invested in the properties, the assets related to the mortgages, and he was a great client. After that, she thinks it's time to up the ante on how much he should pay. She wants to completely wipe clean the bank account of the Trump Organization. She wants to hurt individuals who have done nothing wrong. She wants to disgorge them of their severance pay. Imagine the lengths she is going to personally hurt Trump because she ran a campaign on going after Trump and she has to keep her political promise. It is so sick and sad, honestly, for New York.
So even though they tried to come after him, he's been relentless and he was able to follow the law and actually put things together for a win. That's what you want in a president, is a winner who's relentless. It's disgusting that people operate like this within the law. They're trying to just continue to push forward and get the fame, trying to attach themselves to President Donald Trump of attacking him, but it's not working. Do you want to live in an America where people think that they can operate in the government like this, weaponize their government jobs to go after people so that they can get more fame? When Trump posted this $175 million bond in this case, this prevented the state from seizing his assets while he appeals. The New York appellate court had actually given Trump 10 days to put the money together after the panel of judges agreed last month to slash the amount of needed to stop the clock of enforcement. If Trump wins this case, he won't have to pay back the state anything, and he will actually get his money that he has put up, $175 million. It's just sad that the judges can actually do this. And now the judges that he's posted this have to go prove why he had to post that much amount in the money. This is what Trump had to say. I've just posted a $175 million bond with the sadly failing and very troubled state of New York based on a corrupt judge and attorney general who used a statute that was never used for this before. This is where they're trying to manipulate the law. Where no jury was allowed, my financial statements were conservative, and I had a 100% perfect caution non-reliance clause. There was no victims except me. No one in history of the world has ever had to endure this. What this shows is that when people are hell-bent on trying to attack you, they're going to attack you in any way possible. He went on to say there was no crime or damage. There was only success and happy banks. The banks were called in to testify. They actually said, we want more of Donald Trump's business. He was a great customer, and look, they're still trying to go after him. He went on to say the case was a fabricated election interference con job, so bad for New York, where businesses are fleeing and violent crime is flourishing. The crooked judge, to suit his narrative, valued Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida at $18 million when it is worth 50 to 100 times that amount. He ruled I was guilty before he ever saw the case. He should be disbarred, and Letitia James, who campaigned on getting Trump impeached, also posted a $91 million bond on another New York fake case. Money I can't use on my campaign, just what Crooked Joe wanted. Witch hunt. Do you believe that this is a witch hunt with everything that has happened to Trump? It's not coincidental. And are they trying to just keep him from running for president again because they know that he has a very high likelihood that he would win? Let me know your thoughts. Is this corrupt? Because it sure as heck looks like it.